Hello friends, today we are going to start about the TruYum.net project, and in the very first lecture I will cover the architecture of the project, how you have to design the architecture. So in the PDF that what is shared with you, uh, you can see now that how you have to design the project. If you come to the section 1.7 on the page number 5, you will find out what you have to do, and in this PDF it is clearly explained step by step how you have to create the architecture and what the names you have to follow. So we will see one by one. First, I have created one solution here. By doing this way, I create a file, new project, and then it was a solution. It was a blank solution I had selected, and then I gave it a name, TruYum.net, as like you can see. Okay, so I prefer you do the same, and then we will follow the steps as mentioned in the PDF. So let's come here. As it is recommended that we have to first create a console application with the project name TruYum Console. So I'll create one TruYum Console application. Okay, don't confuse in the layout. I am having a Visual Studio 2019. In 2015 or 17 the options will be the same. Yeah, here or there some difference will be there. So I am selecting a console application with .NET framework. I give it a name, TruYum Console, as per recommended. Yeah, so as you can see that our TruYum Console application is created. Now we will go further on the PDF. Now the next step is recommended to create a class library. Now I will show you how you can create a class library. Right click on the solution, click add, new project, search class library. Give it a name, TruYum Online, and just click on create. Now the question will arise on your mind that how you can make a connectivity between the two projects, or can say two different between a class library and a project. So I'll show you how you can do that. First, compile this solution. It is taking too much time in my as TruYum Online created. After that, to make a connection between TruYum Console and TruYum Online, you first build the TruYum Online. Once you get the notification build succeeded, now you make a connection between two projects. Now here, as per recommendation in the PDF, we have to create a reference of TruYum Online to TruYum console. So how to do that? I'll show you in the here. First do right click on reference, then click on add reference, come on projects. Here you will find out TruYum Online. Now just take a checkbox and click on OK. Now you will find out that you will get a TruYum Online reference in the references. So by this way, as many projects you created and it is recommended in the project PDF, you have to take a references. So let's complete the architecture as per the recommendation. After the TruYum Online, as it is mentioned, reference the class library project in TruYum console application. This is what we have just completed. Now invoke the methods of the class library to TruYum console application. As of now, we do not have any kind of methods, so we will come later on this part. Now, and TruYum set the TruYum console as a startup project. So now you see how you can do that. Right click on TruYum console, set as a startup project. Startup project means every time you run the Visual Studio, the default project will run. Okay, now we come to the next. Now come to 2.0 class diagram. Here it is suggested that we have to follow certain kind of models and we have to create, or you can say, certain kind of namespaces. For that, if you go through the PDF, you will find out what are the names you have to follow. But even to create a namespace, in our case, we have to create one more class library. As it is mentioned in 2.1.1, to create a class library with a particular name. So such kind of namespace will automatically create it. So let's create one more class library. Sorry. Right click on the solution, add new project, class library. Any model class library or any model class contains the only database properties only. As it is suggested, we have to create two database tables, with one with menu item and another with a cart, with the similar kind of parameters, okay, so the properties, and we have to create the same properties in our model classes. Okay, so let's create a model classes also. So I'll first create one class. I'll just delete this one and I will create a new class. One class. I'll give it a name, card.cs, and I'll create one more class. Menu item.cs. See, as mentioned, I'll just rename it because the card C would be the capital. Okay. Yeah, so make them public first. Now we will create the properties as per mention. So in the class we are recommended to create only two properties. One is menu item list, and another is total. So okay, so let's create this. Just write the prop and click double tap or click twice in a tab button. Okay, so it will automatically create. Now you just change the data type to list menu item and put the name menu item list. Similar way, I'll create one more property. Here you have to create a total and the type will be double. Okay. Now we will create a menu item list properties. Okay. So the first will be ID and the type is long. Okay. I'm just copy pasting. Second one is the name, string, price, float, active, date of launch, put the date time in our case, category, and last free delivery, again with the boolean type. So here this class is also ready and we will refer this into the TruYum Online. Now how to add a reference? Click on TruYum Online, add reference, again go to the project or project inside that solution and click on com.truyum.model. So you can see that one item group will automatically add it with the reference, with the project reference. Okay. So understand the architecture here. TruYum will call the TruYum Online all the time, and the TruYum Online will call the TruYum model. So this is, as per this, we call it 3-tier architecture. So from now, so in this architecture, you can understand that TruYum console directly doesn't have any property or any control or can say any code or anything. It will just call the TruYum Online all the time, and TruYum Online will manage all the kind of activities, or can say it will create a connectivity between all the other projects, or can say to the world. Even in the live project also, similar kind of architecture is usually there. Instead of TruYum Online or something like that, we used to manage through it Web API project. So we just call the API, or can say we just hit the API, and the rest of the data, or can say the pages will show to us. So here again the same architecture that what we are going to make. So now let's just complete the architecture as per the recommendation. Now as what we have did for now, it is just mentioned here. Now you make the classes that what we have just made, the content and instance of variables that we do on a TruYum Online later in the project when we develop the project. Okay, so you just go through with this PDF in this section, then later we will develop the project accordingly. Now, one more class library we have to create is the utility one. Then let's create this too. Okay. The common reusable classes and methods across TruYum application will be included in this namespace. So we will again come on this to the later one. Here they have given the example like date utility, date related operations. I can say the convert or something like that. We will perform inside the utility project or utility class library. Now we will come on the part of a DAO. So first we will again create a class library. You just go through it. You have to create two different class files, that what is mentioned here, and again you have to create two more DAO classes with item collection. So so let's first create this DAO class library. Okay. So finally we have designed the architecture. Now we will just make a connection, or can say the reference of each other. As of now, I'm making all the references to the TruYum Online. Later we will see how we can manage. Now I'm already in the projects and the solution. I'll take a reference of DAO as well as utility. Then after, right click on a solution, clean the solution and rebuild it. Okay. Once you found it succeeded, then you can sit relax and be confirmed that okay, your architecture is designed. From later on the later stage, we will see how we are going to code. Okay, so that's it on the first lecture.